Have I got a story for you? A story about the stock ticker BLSP, Blue Spear. And it's a story about deceit, a very common thing that happens in the stock market. Sit back, lock your kids in the closet, and let's talk about this.
Okay, hello, Jerry D from Tennessee. This is Guys here. Let's talk about a story. This is good. This is October. October's winding down, almost into Halloween night, and good time for some stories. I tell you, this is I've said it once. I'll say it again. Don't buy into a stock because I'm talking about it. You need to go out, look at the stocks, do your own research, and make your own decision that you want to buy into the stocks. But here's why you shouldn't be. This is why you shouldn't be just following somebody's trades. This is a serious story. It's somebody it's I imagine is really in really hot trouble right now. It's going to be hard for him to get out, and I really hate it because I guess I was fooled by this guy myself. I've been in a few of the stocks. I've been watching him on Twitter, and I thought it was actually somebody on Wall Street who kind of knew stocks and knew what he's talking about on these companies. But Again, there's been a few stocks, and I can't remember what they were off the top of my head. There's been a few stocks where I kind of questioned what he was saying about these stocks, because if you go out and you look and their filings hadn't been made in a few years, I'm like, I don't know. And then you go out and you try to find a website, and the website has been dead for a few years. Maybe the URL's there, the site's dead. The server is saying this site has been parked. If you're interested in buying the space, then contact us, stuff like that. I've run across a few of these things off of some of his stocks, and then I've just kind of backed off and didn't buy into the stocks. But this goes to show you need to watch who you're following. You don't need to chase somebody's trades. It'll get you in trouble. Excuse me. I've got allergies. Fall is in the air, and there's a lot of junk blowing around. I just got in from feeding my dogs, and the wind's blowing. It's probably stirred up some junk and got my allergies going on. Anyway, let's get into this. I want to start off with Blue Spear, which is I didn't find out about this stock from this Twitter. Let's say this Twitter account. There was another one. There was another Twitter account that I found out about this stock on, and then I started doing research. And anyway, BLSP is the ticker. Let's go ahead and show my screen. BLSP, Blue Spear Corporation. This is a real company, but because of a certain individual, I think he had a part in it. I don't know if he had 100% part in it for the SEC. I get excited about stocks, and I'll put out tweets too. But here's what you got to do about these stocks, folks. There's a lot of people that go out there and they'll pick a ticker that's low float, that's real easy to manipulate and cause the price to rise. If it's a low float stock, and a pumper can create a buying frenzy, and Tim Sykes is all the time talking about this stuff. If you ever watch his YouTube videos, but if you go out and do the research, okay, you've got to play it safe. Let me turn this thing off right here. Hold on. This might help the sound a little bit. This might generate an echo. I was going to play a little bit of a video, but no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Anyway, let's get on the business. Blue Spear, I'm going to give you an update. So earlier in the year, there was a halt. Okay. On this stock, there was a buying sell halt on this stock. It was froze by the SEC for I can't remember if it's a week or 2 weeks. I know I made a video. You can go back and look at my video because I definitely made a video about this. This is a stock that I believe in. And it's because it's a green stock and they take waste and they're generating energy in it. The thing is, I don't think the current CEO, he wants the company to succeed, okay? His focus is for the company to succeed and the company to make money. But I don't think he cares about the stock. So there is a movement. There's stockholder of record movement. And Blue Spear as a corporation is an international independent power producer, IPP, that is globally active in the clean energy production and waste energy markets. Blue Spear is becoming a key player in these rapidly growing markets by developing or acquiring projects with clean energy technologies, including but not limited to waste energy facilities. So they what was the word for it? They purchased a company that took, in the equipment, they took animal waste, digester. It's a digester is what the word was. They purchased this company that had this thing called a digester that would take animal waste and convert it into methane gas. And they could reseal the gas. And again, there's probably was some byproduct off of that whole process of where they were generating the gas. There was probably some animal waste that was the solid part that was there, that was left over, was probably sold as fertilizer back to the farmers or to fertilizer companies. But anyway, I really don't know the whole workings behind how the company operates and what its products is selling. I do know it's an energy company. It produces methane gas. They have some other things going for them. Okay, but we've talked about that, okay, in the past. So, again, you can go out to OTC Market, look them up. Here's their website. Okay, they list their projects. They have a plant in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have one in Rhode Island. They have several in Italy. I believe this is probably their home country where this company started, but they have a home office here in the United States. Maybe two. Maybe they have an office here in North Carolina and they have an office in Rhode Island. But anyway, they are an active company. This is a real company. This is a real stock. So they are back. If you will look, there's the skull and crossbones here. They are in the expert market now because they've not filed anything, okay, since 2019. So the SEC is taking the listings out of the OTC market for companies that are not current with their financials. And part of it is because of what I'm fixing to talk about is these pump and dumps. People find these shell stocks that nothing's going on. No company cares about these stocks. The ticker's out there. There's no financials. It's been filed for years. So people get out here on Twitter and some of these other social media and they pump these stocks and get the stock price to go up. They've already bought in at the cheap price, bought a bunch of shares. I can't even talk. excuse me, they bought a bunch of shares. They're dumping the shares as people are buying in, and they're making a profit. And then a lot of times the people that's buying into the stocks off of these pumps, and while they're being dumped, they get stuck in the stock, and the stock price will drop down to nothing, and you're just left, you become what they call a bag holder, okay? Is pretty much a description of what's going on with this. So, okay, so Blue Spear, it's a real company. They have been moved to the expert market, okay? They've been delisted. You can't trade them on E-Trade. You can't on TD Ameritrade. You can't trade them on Charles Schwab. So, they're active. They release news over in Italy about, their digester and operation and stuff, and people's tweeted articles that's over in foreign newspapers, and I've had to have Google translate the page in English where you can actually read the stories about this company, because it's in Europe, and it might be in Italian or German or Swedish or whatever, and you've got to translate it, so because I can't read those languages. That's how you read them. Anyway, moving on. There's a Blue Spear Reddit group, okay? I'm part of this group. After there's been talk about the SEC dropping a lot of these stocks that's not filing and releasing their financials, not being transparent to the stockholders. There's talk about people about these stocks being delisted, and at that point, if they get delisted, and nobody's buying or selling these stocks except maybe hedge funds or something, or somebody non-retail may be trading it, but the stock may be going down to nothing, okay? And this stock price has really dropped. So, there's a movement to transfer shares into Clear Trust and be counted as a shareholder of record. I have done this myself personally. Will this get this stock to come back to life? I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about in this group. This guy has read through all the legal jargon and all the documents, the rules by the SEC, and he has come to the determination that if you have a certain number of shareholders, then the stock can be forced to release their financials. What happens if they refuse to? I don't know. They may be fined by the SEC. I don't know that part. I don't know what happens if they don't. They refuse. But right now, the ticker's in the expert market, and you can't trade it. Okay? So whatever shares I've got, I'm kind of stuck in. I can't buy anymore. I can't sell anymore as anybody else that's in this stock. Okay? So a day ago, the guy that's heading up this has been doing all the research, and this is kind of like a image of what you get sent from Clear Trust after you get the shares. I have one myself. I have one of these documents myself saying I had my shares transferred. So, one day ago. Okay, so one day ago was the latest post in the Reddit group, Blue Spear Reddit group. Go out there. I invite you to join this group and join if you're in this stock, and see if we can get this stock to come back alive on the OTC where we could actually trade this. But that people are doing this. Okay, so right now there's 241 people that have done this. Okay, there'll be a DRS number per person that contacts Clear Trust, transfers some shares, and they hold it like a savings account. They'll hold your shares. You can pay to get a real you get a physical copy of the stock certificate for your shares of stock. You can actually pay and get that, but I've not done that. I've got a digital. I've got a piece of paper they sent me. This is not a stock certificate. This is just a piece of paper with the company logo. This is what they send you. And this person has covered up their account number because they'll give you an account number like a bank. Okay. So, because this is still worth money. It may not be worth a lot of money. I know a lot of people are down on this stock because they're in the red by being down. That's what I mean by being down in the stock. They're in the red on the stock. They're upside down on the stock because the prices dropped drastically after the halt. Okay, so they'll send you this piece of paper, and you will be one of the counted, and you'll be assigned this DRS number. This guy's number is 635. It's right here on the paper, shareholder account DRS number. That is not his account number. There's a separate account number which he has covered up here. You will actually have an account number like a bank, and you can transfer your shares back after the stock comes back to life. But they're trying to get a count of stockholders, that there's enough stockholders for the SEC to care to keep this stock alive and in the stock market so that the stockholders do not lose their investment. But there's got to be a number, and 300 is the number I have seen or heard, okay? So a day ago, he says, we are now, this is Ray of 8081. We are now at 241 DRS numbers. We need 59 more transfers to reach 300. Let's go. Okay. He wanted to shoot for, I thought at one time I saw 500 out there that he's posted, and I think he wanted to overshoot it to guarantee that the SEC takes notice. He wanted more. I think he wanted more than 300 to do this, okay? But let's see. He shows he's listing all the DRS numbers. My number's right here. He has to be listed. Please claim. We need 66 more. Bear with me because I was 5 distinct DRS before this. I thought I had it here. I guess more people's been posted. No. I guess I lost it when I clicked on that image. He had. Let's go back straight into. Let's just reload this and see what happens. He had an explanation, and I was just reading it. Maybe I'm just not scrolling down far enough. this pretty much confirms that 300 transfers is the key to opening up the floodgates for 2022. We have 214 DRSs counting down to 386 to know. When it files a Form 15, okay, I think this is the post I'm looking for right here. All right. When it files a Form 15, the company must have a good faith belief that it has less than 300 stockholders of record. The number of holders of record can change between the time the company decides to go dark and the filing of Form 15 for various reasons. Broker distributions or kickouts to beneficial owners, ordinarily trading or intentional actions of stockholders. SEC reporting obligations are reinstated if the number of record holders subsequently increases to more than 300. So that's probably why he was trying to target 500 in some of his previous posts. A company should make sure that it is not in danger of going back over 300 holders before filing the Form 15. Downsides of going dark. Reinstatement of SEC reporting obligations if more than 300 holders. Shares are less useful for acquisitions and employee compensation. Stockholders may think the company is in play or hiding something. Section 15D obligations can never be terminated, only suspended. Thus, if the number of stockholders of a company subsequently increases to more than 300, a company's SEC reporting obligations will be reinstated. And this is the thing he's trying to do while they're trying to get 300 to report that they have stock in this company. It's got to be 300 unique people, okay? Not 300 shares, but actually over 300 investors is what we'd like to have, or the group is trying to get. So, let's close this back up. So, sorry it took me so long. I had to scroll down further. It was further down than I thought it was. So, you can see there's a lot of activity. People are posting an image. I have not done that personally myself. I may do that tonight after I get done with this video, but I've not posted my document from Clear Trust myself. I have reported my number of what my number is, okay, to them, so I would be counted to let them know that yes. But it looks like I thought I saw. I'll go back and read. I'm not going to read it now, but I think I saw something. If you haven't posted he wants everybody to post their certificate and cover up their account number. Okay, let's move on. So, Blue Spear was halted earlier in the year. I think maybe about March. I made a video. If you look back at my videos of March, April-ish dates, I talked about this being locked up. It was like 10 stocks that got halted because of SEC suspected. So somebody was pumping and dumping these stocks. It was big news. Bloomberg was talking about it. It was just news. It was all over Twitter. People were upset because these stocks got halted. Blue Spear was one of the stocks on the list. The stock was actually doing pretty well. We were hoping that they were going to post some kind of financials. Ray was talking about this stuff anyway. He was trying to figure out a way, and then there was who was it? Buy the Rumor, Sell the News YouTube channel. Jason was. He's like me. He really believes in the company. He was expecting the stock price to actually climb with Joe Biden and being our new president. Because they're into clean energy. They're embracing, electric cars and so forth, and solar power and all that good stuff, right? So, there was a halt. I've made videos. Jason's made videos. It's actually other people besides us that's talked about Blue Spear. If you do search on YouTube, you're going to find several videos about Blue Spear. So the thing is, we're trying to get this company reinstated. The company, over time, if I do Yahoo, and then I'm going to show you why I believe in this company. You saw the website. They're an operating company, okay? So they're not filing. They went dark. The group feels maybe they don't care about the stockholders, but the CEO over the company wants the stock to be the company to be profitable. He wants the company to succeed. He's drawing a paycheck. He's got employees under him. Of course he wants it to succeed. He wants the company to be successful. So we'll pull it up. 5 years. Look at where this stock used to be. If you go back, if you go look at the max. This stock spiked to $6,000 a share back, I mean, just a handful of years ago, okay? This is probably more than, oh, that's because I hit max. This is over 10 years ago. December 1st, 2010. Look at the price of this thing. Let's do full screen. 5 years. Come on, baby. Come to life. Come to life, Blue Spear. There we go. Max. That's what we're trying to do, is get it to come alive. Look at the price of this. $10,000? Look at the history of the stock. This is what got me excited when I started doing the research for this stock. Look at where this stock has been back in the past. I mean, that's crazy. That's insane price right there. I mean, you know, Tesla's what? It's down below 60,000, but it was $63,000 a share a few days ago. It's down below 60,000 now. I've not looked at it today, but I believe the price has dropped on Tesla. So this is not more than Tesla. But, I mean, the price is up there. This stock has done well. It spiked and then it come down. And it's been slowly coming down over the years. I mean, it was like, what? Look at this. For a long time, it was running. You know, there's 45. I can't keep a price on here. $23, $52, $48. So it's up and down. It's been fluctuating. 16. I mean, it's been up and down. Then it went down to nothing, and then it become a penny stock. Let's do a month. So now it's below a cent. All right. So that being said, where this company has been, all right. If we can wake this stock up, if Ray on the Reddit group, if what he's trying to do, this movement will work, and the stock gets reinstated on news on what this company is doing off of financials, news on what they're doing in their plant, you know, their digester or whatever, their cells for their methane and their other products that they're generating. If they release news on what the revenues are for the company, the stock has a potential to climb. You know, if nothing else, I can see this stock hitting 10 cents to 50 cents just based off of what it's been. If you go back and look what it used to be, if we can wake this stock back up, look at the price of it. Open the high, open at 9. So, I mean, I really believe this stock can really go somewhere. Now, will it make you rich? No, I'm not saying that you're going to get rich off this stock. But I mean, this stock at one time was $8, $9, $10,000 a share. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and it's probably when they first initially got into, when they first listed on the stock market, when they first initially listed, that's usually what happens for new companies. But I could see this stock getting back up at least 10, 50 cents before the end of next year, maybe, if it comes back to life. But because what it did, if we go back for 1 year, I mean, it hit, what was the high? What's the 52-week high? Oh, okay, let's go back to the summary. Let's close this. Let's go back. So 52-week range, it hit 8 cents. So to me, 10 cents to 50 cents is not unreasonable. If they relist the stock, they get this stock reinstated, relist it, they release their financials, show that they're making money, start being transparent with the public, and it has some news releases, it's going to be out in the public's eye, and people are going to be buying into the stock because it's an energy stock. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I need to move on, and I need to talk about this other. This is partly why this stock had been frozen. So there was this guy that he's been arrested this week. He was arrested Tuesday morning for suspected pump and dump schemes on several stocks. There's been some posts. His Twitter account has been deleted, but he had a account of the name Alex-Delarge 6555321. So Alex-Delarge is a character of the movie Clockwork Orange. This is not what Delarge looks like. This is the character from the movie, but this is the image that he would post, and he would post scenes from the movie while he was tweeting about certain stocks that he was in. So it looks like his account's been deleted. Probably he probably posted bail, and he's out on bail. My guess, he's out on bail. And I'm losing. Sorry about that. I got confused there for a minute where my mouse was at. I was on the wrong screen. Anyway, so my guess, he's posted bail. He's went on the online. He's deleted his account. He's just went in and just canceled his account on Twitter. So his assets have been, last night, this story come out on Reuters, 6:45 p.m. This is going to be big news. There's probably going to talk about this guy for a while. U.S. SEC obtains asset freeze to halt alleged penny stock scheme on Twitter. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, said on Tuesday they obtained an injunction and asset freeze against a man behind a popular Twitter account that promoted the trading of penny stocks before selling them at inflated prices. The SEC alleges that since at least December 2019, Stephen Gallagher, 50 years of age, of Miami, Ohio. I hope I said that name right. Don't people in Ohio don't hate me if I mess up it. I'm terrible with names. If I said it once, I'll say it again. I'm terrible at names. But this guy in Ohio, he manipulated stocks by sending thousands of tweets using his handle at Alex-Delarge 6553 to encourage his numerous followers to buy stocks in which Gallagher had secretly amassed holdings, according to the complaint. The complaint alleges that Gallagher used his followers for his own financial gain, tweeting out false advice to pump up the price of stocks he owned so he could sell for profit, said Richard Best, director of the SEC's New York regional office. The case is a reminder that investors should be wary of taking financial advice from unverified sources on Twitter and other social media platforms. Folks, that's why I say don't follow somebody's buys and sells stock. Don't chase somebody else's investments. Look, do your own due diligence, okay? Go look at the stock up, see what it is, look and see if they posting financials, look at their website, see what the company's all about, do your own research, and make your own decision. Don't do it because I talk about it or this guy talks about it. This is a teachable moment. A lot of people get stuck in stocks, bag holders, and I'm one of the world's worst. I've not been trading but maybe a couple years, and I've got a few stocks I am stuck in because they just died. Okay, one of them I made a previous video. It's been delisted. So any of the investment I had in this stock, was it $500? Might have been $1,000 I had in this stock. That money's gone because that stock ticker's gone. And that's one of the reasons that we're trying to keep Blue Spear alive, because there's a lot of people in this stock. There's people that's got money in this stock. So anyway, so SEC says it has imposed a permanent injunction, disgorgement, prejudgment of interest, civil penalties, and a freezing of Gallagher's assets. They froze his bank account. They have come in and they've taken all of his assets. So his checking accounts, savings, his brokerage accounts, everything's been locked down until this is all said and done. He doesn't have a dime to spend right now, I don't think. I don't think, unless he's got money outside the U.S., I think this guy financially this is going to hurt him big time. So I'll catch up with this stuff later. Quit popping this up. All right, so Blue Spear, there is a Facebook group. If you're in the stock, I invite you to join this group where people's talking about this. And here's one guy that's posted here in the Facebook group: what do you have to lose when you're down 97%? I'm telling you, these people stuck in the stock, and you're not able, it's on the expert market, and you're not able to buy and sell like on E-Trade and TD Ameritrade, and with nobody buying and selling the stock, the price is not going anywhere. It's down to nothing, and it's not going anywhere. So anyway, okay, so where was I? Is this the article I was looking for, or is this one? This is the article. This is the article where they've released about freezing his account. So this is a real thing. They have frozen this guy's assets. He is in hot water with the government. So let's get into what's going on with this guy. Stock trader arrested and charged with securities fraud for using his Twitter account to operate a pump and dump scheme. Stephen Gallagher, that's his real name. He was going by Alex-Delarge on Twitter. So Stephen Gallagher is going to be a very well-known person. He's become famous over this. Allegedly operated a social media pump and dump scheme on Twitter to defraud retail investors, earning over $1 million in illegal proceeds. Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and Ricky J. Patel, Acting Special Agent in charge of the New York Field Office of Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, announced today that Stephen Gallagher was charged in a complaint in Manhattan federal court with securities fraud, wire fraud, market manipulation. Gallagher, using the alias Alex-Delarge, created a stock promotion account on Twitter and gained over 70,000 followers. Gallagher used that account to tout certain over-the-counter penny stocks and to disseminate false and misleading information about his trading in those stocks in order to induce his followers to purchase those stocks. Drive up their prices. Gallagher earned over $1 million in profits, and by then secretly selling his previously acquired holdings of those penny stocks. Gallagher was arrested today, which is yesterday, October 26, 2021, in the Northern District of Ohio, and is expected to be presented before the magistrate's judge this afternoon. So they actually put him, they picked him up, and they took him straight to the judge, is what happened. So they did say in this article, and I'm going to put these links out there for you folks to look at if you want to read them yourself. You may have seen some of these guys' tweets if you're in the penny stocks, because he was pretty active. Okay, so they're saying if you believe you are a victim of this crime, or if you have information relevant to this investigation, please send an email to twitterotc at ice.dhs, Department of Homeland Security.gov. Right there. I'll put a link to this article in the description below for you folks to look at. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I took this off of here. Anyway, right here's the address. Here is, they're talking about the contact them if you think you're a victim. I apologize for that. I swap scenes sometimes and forget I have them swapped. I guess I'm having a senior moment. But this is the article. Let's go down. Okay, here you go. Watch this. Gallagher, 50, of Maumee, Ohio, is charged with one count of securities fraud, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. One count of wire fraud carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. One count of securities fraud, which carries a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison. And one count of market manipulation, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. The maximum potential sentences in this case are described by Congress and are provided here for informational purposes only, as any sentencing of the defendant will be determined by the judge. Now, this is important, and I'm not trying to down this guy. I'm not accusing this guy of doing it. I'm just reporting what he has been accused of. He might not have actually intended to do pump and dumps. He might have just said, I'm trading stocks. If I can get a big group of people on Twitter, I get people interested in his stocks, I can make me some money. And maybe that's what he was thinking. We'll find out what they do, how they charge him after this is for the courts to decide, the lawyers that's at play. Again, these are allegations, okay? So that right here, the allegations contained in the complaint are merely accusations, and the defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. So he's got to go to the court. He's got the lawyer up and go through a trial. So we shall see if he gets charged, if he goes to jail, or what have you. But what did I count here? 20 years, 60, 85 years. Total of 85 years. If you read this, go look at the article. I'll post the link. Possible maximum prison sentence of 85 years if they find him guilty of doing this, of pump and dump stocks. Folks, don't be pumping and dumping your stocks. It will get you in trouble, okay? The SEC is out there watching. They're trying to crack down. This is why they froze. It's why they froze the stocks back early in the year, March, April, whatever it was. There was a list, I think, of 10 stocks that got froze. Mr. Gallagher was possibly part of the reason his tweets, the SEC were watching the tweets on these stocks. How they get triggered, I don't know. Maybe somebody complains. I don't know. I don't know under the covers what the criteria are to bring this to the SEC's attention, but these stocks were halted for a brief time, and I can't remember. It might have been a month that they halted the stocks. I can't remember. I'm not going to go back to the video because I'm just going to make the video longer if I do that. You can go look back at my videos and see how long they were halted if you're curious about that. But I did make a video about these halts. So the stocks were halted. Most of the stocks that were halted, the price just died. People quit trading on the stocks. This guy was involved in some tweets about these stocks. The SEC has arrested this guy. He allegedly has gained $1 million off of trading, off of his tweets, off of Twitter, off of social media. I've talked about the OTC lockdown where they're going to delist stocks that's not being transparent to weed out the shell stocks to try to cut down on the pump and dumps that's going on. That's what they're trying to do. Now, will that stop people from pump and dumping stocks that are transparent to the stockholders? No, there's still people going to be out tweeting and talking, and they'll be in their little groups in Discord and Reddit and Investors Hub. I mean, there's groups all over the internet, all right, talking about these penny stocks. People talking about what the next big stock's going to be. How they can make the next profit off the next trade. It's just part of the environment. Just put it that way. It's part of the environment. I wish Stephen Gallagher well. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he's been arrested off of this. If he was indeed just doing this for his own gain and he really wasn't talking about these stocks to help his followers, then I'm afraid the government's going to come down pretty hard on him. 85 years possible maximum sentence for all the charges if they charge him for all the counts that they're talking about charging him, which is down in the bottom of this article. Again, I will put the link in the description below. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he ended up arrested. And again, here's the press release where they have froze all his assets. So he can't go out and buy himself a Coca-Cola. Hopefully he's got a family or got a girlfriend or somebody that can... can buy him dinner or something, because if they froze his bank accounts, he ain't got nada to do anything. I don't know how in the world you make a living if your bank accounts, all your bank accounts have been frozen, your brokerage account, your savings, your checking. SEC comes in and they freeze all your assets. Man, you're going to be hurting. And they did that. They did that yesterday. As soon as they had it all planned out. So make it hard to lawyer up too if you don't have any money. Even if you did make $1 million, they freeze the account your $1 million is in. It kind of makes it hard to pay a lawyer. I hope they're wrong about the guy. I really feel for the guy. It's sad. It's really sad. Situation because it didn't have to go down like this. It's just really sad. Hopefully he wasn't buying into the stocks. Hopefully that was not the intention, but I am sure they froze his assets. They're going to look at his trades, the history of his trades on his brokerage account. They probably are going to go out. And I'm going to tell you, I'm an IT person. They're probably going to go out. They're going to go to say, hey, Twitter, I need to see this guy's page. Even though he's probably deleted this, I dare say Twitter's has backups of everybody's accounts and Twitter posts for legal court proceedings. If a judge wants to see this information, or if the SEC wants to see his tweets, I have a feeling Twitter's going to hand this stuff over to. They're going to say, okay, we'll restore it on this virtual machine. We'll give you access, and you can look at every tweet he's made in the past since 2019 when he created his account. And they can do that. The federal government can do that. Okay, you don't want the SEC coming down on you. So, he can delete his account, but if the federal government, as SEC goes in, Homeland Security goes in to Twitter's corporate office, their IT department, say, hey, we got a court order. You need to restore Alex-Delarge's account somewhere where we can look at it because we've got a case on this guy's account. And they may have already looked at his account before they arrested him. They may already have snapshots of his tweets and the dates of his tweets before he even deleted his account, before he even knew he was going to get arrested. So I'm pretty sure if they're going to do something to this guy, they've already got their evidence and they're ready to go ahead and push everything through and get him incarcerated. They're going to go forward, and he might lawyer up, and the lawyer might put it off for a little while. But this is going to go, it's going to go down. If they've been looking to this guy for a while, they probably already had all the evidence that they felt that they needed before they went and arrested him. If he thinks that he can freeze the account and delete his account, like I said, they can have a court order, and there's backups. Every IT department makes backups of their servers in case the server dies. So, even though he deleted his account, that information is available out there somewhere that the IT department can bring it back, put it on a server somewhere, and pull it up. And it's probably going to be. I dare say they've already got screenshots of the tweets and stuff that they're going to use. That would be my guess. They've already got screenshots. But we'll see. This is in Reuters. This is I think I saw I did a search. I think it was looked like a link to, it was on Bloomberg. This guy's already got his 15 minutes of fame, but I think it's going to be more than 15 minutes. Oh, and I was going to show his. I went out to try to find his account because here's the thing that got my attention because I was following this guy as well. I didn't think he was actually pumping dumping the stocks. I knew he was really tweeting. I thought this guy was like Tim Sykes is talking about market makers, market managers, paid promoters. I thought he worked for Wall Street. He was a paid promoter that was just promoting some of these stocks, and he was out talking about when they're about to release news, because he was right on the money. A lot of times he would be talking about stocks. And I can't bring anything to mind because I don't have his Twitter accounts, been deleted. You can't access it, so I can't remember what he did because I follow so many people on Twitter. I can't remember all the stocks. I know Blue Spear comes to mind. That was one of them, but I did find out about Blue Spear through another account. I can do this though. Here's another link on, before I do that. And again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, okay? I'm really not. But this is a real thing. You can see I have the links to the articles. This is happening. This is a real deal. I would be careful. I'm going to add this, and I'm bad about I'll go see somebody tweeting about a stock, and I'll retweet, especially if I'm like thinking I'm going to be in this stock, and I think this stock will do well, and I want to tell other people about it. So, and to me, that's no different than, say somebody's tweeted about they're fixing to release a certain company it's fixing to release financials. To me, that's no different if you're putting a tweet out about this and you're trying to bring it in front of people's attentions, fellow stockholders that might be following you. If a company releases like Rocky Mountain High, I come out with a video the other day talking about they have filed to try to get themselves back on, to work on getting back in the OTC, the BOTC pink current. So to me, that's no different reporting something like that. If I tweet it, if I make a YouTube video, it's no different than Reuters or PR Newswire or Bloomberg talking about the same thing. It's not. Especially if they've already released the story, okay, and it's on news. You go in your brokerages, and down below your portfolio, you have a list of news stories for the stocks you're in, and it's one of the stories that you can go to and read, and it goes to either PR Newswire, Market Watch, or any of the other, reporting stock news reporting, Wall Street Journal. It's no different than that. What really gets you in trouble, though. Okay, so this guy, what was this? So this guy here, Computer Bucks is where I originally found out about Blue Spear. But he didn't go as crazy as Alex did about Blue Spear back earlier in the year. Alex is like tweeting about every 5-10 minutes. Now this guy here will tweet too, and I suspect a lot of these people are what they call market makers that Tim Sykes talks about. But if they're tweeting tweets from the company, okay, Twitter and your ads. So, like this guy here has tweeted this article here, and I'll do that too. If I see a news story like Rocky Mountain High, as soon as I saw Rocky Mountain High had released news that they were going to try to get reinstated to OTC. I sent out a tweet with a link to the story to let other people know that are also in the stocks that might be following me because I talk about stocks. But I'm not trying to pump the stock, and I'm not going to tell you this stock is going to be, this will be $50 by the end of the year. It's going to be $25 by the end of the year. I do sincerely believe that Blue Spear, like I said earlier in the video, that Blue Spear could hit. It hit 8 cents earlier this year. It could hit a dime. It could hit 50 cents if they get reinstated, if the stockholders of record get counted and you get 300, and the SEC or the powers that be force the company to release their financials to the stockholders and relist the stock and become pink current. I do believe that stock has potential, especially because I was showing you at the first of the video the price of the stock of what it had been before. I mean, it'd been $40, $20, $50, been $6,000, $9,000, $10,000, and I really sincerely believe those high prices were the initial price offering. When it first got released on the stock market, the price shot up. There was a flood of people buying. So let that also be a lesson to you. Okay, pay attention. It's not always when you have an initial price offering, it's not a good idea to jump in on the stock as soon as the first day that it's trading. Because as you saw with Blue Spirit, the first of my video, go back and rewatch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. The initial stock offering, the stock will spike right off the bat. And some people's trying to get in before that spike hits its high. What they want to do is buy in before it gets its high, but don't do it. You can get stuck, because what's going to happen is the stock's going to spike real fast as soon as the trading starts, and then it's going to drop as the initial people that bought into the stock as the spike was going up are selling off and taking a quick profit, probably within 15, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours of the initial offering of the stock. They're getting out of that stock the same day, and they're taking a profit off the hype, the excitement of the stock. And that is a true thing that happens. If you go back, look the first video, look at the when I went to max, that spike at the very first, what that stock did. Stay away from the initial stock offering, the initial offerings, public offerings, the IPO. Wait. Okay? Wait, let the price settle down, let the hype settle down if you wanted to get into it long term. Because if you try to get in that initial spike, there is a big chance you're going to get stuck holding the bag, and you're going to have to wait a while before the stock will go back up and you can get your money back out of it. So be careful. Be careful. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a stock advisor. I'm just an old man. I'm just a lonely old man on the internet of East Tennessee talking about stocks. But seriously, this right here, I mean, tweeting a stock to me is like this news story here. And you tweet about these stories, then to me it's the same. You're just spreading the news about it and redirecting people to the articles and stuff. I do get excited. I talk about the stock, try to get it in front of people, but where Alex got into trouble, okay? He's bought like millions of shares of the stock at a low price before he starts his tweets. And then he's actually going and he's dumping all these shares as people are buying into the stock. That's a pump and dump. That's where he got into trouble. He got into the stock before he says anything about it, and then he's dumping the stock and he's making money off of it. And that's where you get in trouble. And you got like So that's what I said. This is a good example of why we as investors should stay away from trying some of these tweets. We got to watch who you can follow, who you follow. So it's one thing, like I said, to tweet stuff like this, and I'll tweet stuff, and I get excited about stock, and I'll tweet, about, I'm in this stock, and I believe in the stock, and I make these videos, and I talk about them, and I've done several Blue Spear videos. I've done a couple of videos about AMC. There's been a ton of people talk about AMC. AMC, I may do another story because there's a professor that talks about stocks, and he did a really good story. He did a real good video. He didn't go sit down and read this report. It's like 45 pages. The SEC investigated the GameStop AMC situation. And there's a lot of information in the document that the SEC has released, and I would like personally to go back and read that document myself, just to see how, because according to the professor, the inner workings of how the stock market works and what happens with the hedge funds and different agencies involved with the stock, how all that is interconnected and how that works. It explains a lot of that in detail. So I may do another video and talk about that. I need to go find the link for that document and talk about it. I need to go back and re-watch this professor's video. It's very well done. He did a real good job talking about this. But anyway, it's unfortunate about Alex-Delarge. It looks like there's some serious allegations going on against this poor feller, and you be careful what you do on the internet. Be careful who you follow. That's why I say trade scared, trade informed. Do not invest anything you can't afford to lose, because there's people that get stuck. I've got stuck, and I made a video about it. I've talked about Rocky Mountain High. And the thing is, like, my purpose of my video was to educate, because I was in this stock, and my purpose is to show you how easy it is to lose money in a stock. I went all in on this stock. And I'm like looking at this thing, and I'm like, man, I had $9,000 tied up in this stock. The stock went through a ticker's change. If I remember right, they changed. It was a different ticker. Rocky Mountain High brand RMHB was not the original ticker. I think they bought a shell. I believe they bought a shell stock. They changed the ticker. They got permissions to change the ticker. And then when they did that, the stock jumped up. And I believe I was buying in when the tickers changed. I think it's how, because I'm in at a $9,000 loss. And I was thinking this thing's going to be as big as Red Bull. I was really a believer. Now their CBD water's not the only thing they've got. They just have regular water they employ Indians, and I'm talking about Native Americans. They employ Native Americans. They have a bottling company on a reservation, and they give jobs. They're giving jobs to these Native Americans, okay? Giving them a future, giving them something to do, a place to earn an income. So, and I still think Rocky Mountain High, when they get reinstated, I think they're going to do well. I have purchased their product. I've tried it. So I know they're a real company. I went out. They have, well, you saw I've done a video. I showed you the website. I've showed you the screen for their products. And with CBD becoming more widely accepted, and I'm not talking about a product of where you got alpha marijuana. Is that what they call it? They call it something, and I can't remember what it's called. You can leave a comment down below if you know what it's called. There's a certain type of the CBD products now that have they have a certain type of TAO8, Delta 8. They call it Delta 8. It just come to mind. Delta 8, Delta 10, and those two you can actually get a high off of those. I don't care about getting a high. I don't know why they want to legalize bringing that out. To me, the medical benefits, if you have pains in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your neck, you have arthritis pain, if it helps calm you down for anxiety attacks, relaxes you to where you don't have anxiety, that kind of thing, I can see a use for CBD. I don't really care. I don't have a use for getting high. This old man's done too old for that, and I know I'm old enough to know better. And if you do a drug test, you can get fired if your employer does random drug tests. So stay away from this stuff and get you high, okay? Stay away from the marijuana. That's my suggestion. That's my personal opinion, okay? So you can do, I'm not judging anybody. Do what you want to do. If you're going to do Delta 8, you're going to do Delta 8, okay? I'm not judging you. I'm not going to down you if you say, hey, Jerry D and Tina, hey, I had me some Delta 8 this week. I'm not going to go trash talk you on Twitter. I'm not going to trash talk you on YouTube about it. If that's your business, if that's what you do. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't care about the Delta 8, Delta 10 stuff. Delta 9, I believe, causes issues. I've read into it because I've tried to be careful and try to stay away from that kind of stuff if I buy products. I want to find out what's in it before I buy it, okay? And you should too. Know what you're buying if you're going to go buy something. Don't just buy anything blindly because you don't know what it can do to you. So anyway, that being said, I think Rocky Mountain High may come back as soon as they get reinstated. Will they hit where I bought in at? I was over $1. If I remember right, I was over $1 a share, and I think I showed the screen of where I was down 9,000, and my purchase price is on that screen. So if you're curious, go look at it, but I'm not going to go look it up right now. But I was up pretty high, and I'm at a big loss right now on Rocky Mountain High, mainly because they just went quiet. They were coming out with videos. I believe it was maybe once a month, and that was another company I believed in, just like Blue Spear, and I believe in EEENF, another stock, and Alex was the guy was talking about this stock. And if you go out and look at EEENF, 88 Energy, if you go look at that stock up, they are drilling in Alaska. They have released news. It is a real stock. They are really drilling. It's an oil stock. And that stock can go somewhere too. That price is cheap right now for an oil stock. I mean, look at the price of BP and some of these other stocks, oil stocks. I mean, they are nothing compared to some of these other oil stocks. So, 88 Energy, I think 88 Energy is as soon as they start saying that they're shipping out oil that they're drilling, that they've shipped so many barrels of oil out this week or something like that, or they reported so many barrels were shipped out this month. When they start saying that they are producing oil or extracting oil and shipping it out to be refined, that stock's going to take off. I really think it will. That's my opinion, though. That is my personal opinion. We really won't know till people start trading the stock. You don't know. You really don't know. You can't predict. And some of these people on Twitter will say, oh, this stock's going to hit $50 by the end of the year. No, you don't know. You really don't know what the stock's going to do. But I do think the potential is there for these stocks to do well that I've talked about. And again, unfortunately, now, Mr. Gallagher, alias Alex-Delarge, has probably heard the stocks he has been talking about on Twitter. This story about him being arrested by the SEC, his assets being froze, it's probably going to scare some people off from these stocks. I don't doubt. I still think these stocks can come back. So if you're in these stocks, don't lose hope, because you know the next price movement on these stocks, if they don't get delisted or disappear, the next price movement is going to be off news from PR Newswire or Bloomberg or Market Watch. Fox News, any of the news outlets they'll go out and talk about a stock. When they release news, that's when the next price movement is going to happen. So, again, you can't predict what the stock's going to do until the investors buy into the stock, okay? So, anyway, I appreciate you coming by, watching my video. This is a crazy video to talk about. This is a reality of the penny stock world. This is something that happens. Tim Sykes talks about market makers and market managers and promoters, stock promoters. Was DeLarge a stock promoter? I don't know that he was being paid for anything he did. I don't know the guy. I really don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Again, he had an alias, Alex-Delarge, which is a character of Clockwork Orange, an actual movie. He is a character of Clockwork Orange. The image that I showed you is the character, the actor that played the character in Clockwork Orange, Alex-Delarge. He is a head of a gang in the movie. If you've not seen that movie, it is an interesting watch. It's probably 70s, maybe 70s-ish. I'm not going to look it up, but it's been a while since it come out. So it's been out a while. 70s, maybe 80s. I don't know. It was before 2000. Let's put it that way. But Alex-Delarge, I hope they're wrong about this guy. But if they're right, he's going to be in hot water for a while. So again, and I'm talking about this because I've said it once, I said it again. Don't go buy your stocks because I'm talking about them or because somebody's tweeting about them on Twitter. Okay, protect yourself, protect your investment. Go out and look at the stock yourself. Personally, look at the stock. Somebody, I'll come out with a video. I'm going to say this one more thing. And I've talked to a buddy of mine. He's got another friend of his that's into crypto. I just bought my first crypto, okay? I've talked about crypto in the past, but this is my first actual purchase of crypto. SHIB is really hot in social media. There's people tweeting about it. There's YouTube videos out here about it. It's like one of the top 10, 11 cryptos. If you go out and look at the Coinbase, it's in the top 15. Let's put it that way. It's within the top 15 of the crypto coins that you can buy into, the tokens. So, buddy of mine went out and he bought some, and he's like, sent me a message at work and said, you need to tell me when to sell. No, I don't need to tell you when to sell. You need to decide on your own when it's a good time to sell. Don't look to me, folks, if you're watching my videos. I'm not going to tell you when to buy and sell these stocks, okay? Because that's going to determine what determines a good time to buy and sell. Okay, look at the price. Look at what the price is doing. Is it going up? If you buy into the stock, when do you sell? Okay, when it goes up and you've made what you think you're going to make off of it, off a profit, or you're up in the green and it looks like it's coming down. Sometimes when it's coming down, that's when I get out of it. If I've been in it too long, if I can get out of it before I'm out of the green, I'm gonna cut my price. I actually recently got out of AMC because AMC, where it's staying, I think it's kind of stabilizing around $30, $40. I haven't looked at it today. I'm not going to look at it in this video because I've already been going for, how long have I been going? Have I been going for an hour and 20 minutes? Oh my word. Surely that's not right. Okay, well, I didn't mean for this video to be that long, but I have been, I am a talker. If you ever meet me personally, I don't know a stranger. So, anyway, where was I going? Don't buy because I mentioned, or anybody, okay, mentions it. Do your own research, okay? Do your own research. I talk about it because I've expressed my opinion about crypto. To me, I don't know how that it would be used as currency. I mean, I guess if places are accepting crypto, like the Dogecoin, some places are accepting Dogecoin as payment, but it's not backed. The price of crypto has been it's determined by the investors, people buying into the coin. So it's not backed by the FDIC. So you can't get your money back. It's like if a stock gets yanked off the stock market. Say, okay, so I'm in a stock, say, for instance, ELTZ. I made a video about that a while back. and it gets pulled off the OTC market because they've not released financials. It's a shell stock. As far as the OTC markets and SEC is concerned, nobody's reporting on this anymore. It's a dead stock, pretty much. If the cryptocurrency dies, you're not going to get your money back off of it. There's no FIDC, where it's like if your money is in a bank where it's FDIC insured by the government. Is it like $250,000 that you can be insured for? $250,000, I think. Yeah, per account. The government's not backing crypto. Nobody's backing crypto. It's not like the US dollar, like the banks. Now, my opinion, and I think I've said this before in a previous video, crypto is it's more volatile. If you look at people now with bank accounts and people using debit cards, US dollars are already digital. The US dollar, I said it, I just said it once, I'm going to say it again, the US dollar is already digital. With debit cards on your bank accounts, like your checking and savings account, it's already digital. Most people nowadays take a Visa debit card, MasterCharge debit card, go to Walmart, go buy their clothes, their groceries, their mouthwash, garden supplies, what have you. Go to Ingles, buy your groceries, what have you. Rural King. Tap that card there at the cash register that comes out of your account. You don't have to pull out your wallet and count out the money. Give them a $20 or $100. The exact amount comes out of your account. You get a receipt. You take your merchandise. You leave. It's already digital. U.S. currency's already digital. So I don't know. Other than buying, investing. Now they're going into like SHIB. It's going into NFTs. There's going to be some kind of gaming thing, and I don't know if you use the digital currency to go buy things in a game, like PUBG. You can go in and you spend money. You can buy weapons. You can buy bulletproof vests. It's a first person shooting game. It's what PUBG is, if you don't know. You can buy items in the game with real money, and after you purchase these items, they're your items, and you can use them as many times as you want to in the game. Okay. I'm not into that. I do play PUBG because I do enjoy the game, but I don't go and buy the extra items in the game. I play it for free. I download it. It's free download, and I just play it. And the game that SHIB's going to be involved with, SHIB, is probably going to have a feature of that where you can download the game and you don't have to use the digital currency to buy stuff. So, okay, so it's another way. So crypto's kind of like when you convert your US dollars to crypto. It's like you're going to Mexico and you're converting $500 to $1,000 to Mexican currency because you want to spend some money down there. You want to go to, you eat out in restaurants, and you want some Mexican money so that you can spend it down in Mexico. Or you want to buy souvenirs, from the people in the tourist area, and they're only taking Mexican currency when you're there. They're not taking U.S. currency. So I look at crypto as another currency. You got to convert your U.S. dollars into that currency if you're in the U.S. If you're elsewhere, then you're whatever your country currency of country that you're using, you convert it over to SHIB or Bitcoin or Doge or whatever you're buying. So it's no different. It's no different concept than I'm going to France and I want some French currency to spend over in France, or I'm going over to Germany. I want some German currency so I can go out and eat out in Germany at a nice restaurant, or go out and buy a souvenir at a shop, or go take a tour and I've got to pay in German currency. It's no different than that. Okay, it's the same concept but the only difference is the currency. If you're going to take a trip and you convert over to some foreign currency for another country, like if you go into Mexico and you get Mexican currency, the only difference is when you get that currency, it is hard code cash. It is coins. It is paper money. It's something you can hold, okay? But the digital currency, you can't hold it. It's digital. It's out there on the internet. It's on your phone. You can't touch it. You can't hold it. It is a computer algorithm created unique hashtag code. It's a unique number, and each coin has its own unique number, and that's how they get how many coins are out there for people to have. Those unique numbers for each coin, it's really just a record on a database somewhere. It's what it ends up being. It's a record on a database with a unique number, and however many dollars of this coin they've got, you got that many unique numbers that's been generated through a computer algorithm. And it's just a computer record somewhere on a computer. Your name gets tied to the digital currency you purchase. You own those records, that currency. They're actually computer records sitting on a computer somewhere that's getting backed up, if it's on Coinbase or whatever. And you own those records. They are tied to your name, your social security number, all your identifying information is tied to that currency. If you go buy something or you go convert it into other, your information is going with those records off to somebody else saying that you transferred that stuff to this. So there's an audit trail behind the scenes for this stuff. It doesn't really, I mean, they're probably not reporting this stuff to the SEC as of yet, but I guarantee you there is a computer audit trail on every transaction. Just like with this DeBarge account, SEC, my guess is they've already got their evidence on him. So, but that's my spiel. I'm sorry, I'm rambling on too long. I appreciate if you've been, I feel sorry for you guys. Listen to a lonely old man in Tennessee. You can tell I'm lonely because I just talk and talk and talk. If you ever meet me in person, if you ever talk to me in person, I don't know a stranger. I talk and talk and talk. I'll talk to anybody. I got cussed out up north. I went to Boston. Took a class for this product called Archibus. It tracks maintenance on buildings and special projects. And I was going to class. No, I was coming from class. I was taking the subway back to my motel room from my class. And I just started talking to this lady. And I was just being Jerry D from Tennessee, just being friendly Jerry D, talking. The guy that doesn't know a stranger, just trying to be friendly, talking to her, and she taught me some new profanity, some new curse words. She blessed me out. Gosh, she blessed me out. I'm like, honey, I'm just trying to be friendly. I'm from East Tennessee, and we talk to each other. Well, you don't do that here. Oh man, she blessed me out. Man, she was mad. She's like, you get mugged up here. Don't you talk to people. Oh, she went off. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Be careful. I'm serious, dead serious. That's why I come out with this video. I'm dead serious. Be careful about your investments. Be careful about who you follow. Do not chase other people's trades. Because Jerry D from Tennessee is buying SHIB doesn't mean that you have to go buy SHIB. Okay? Make your own decisions, okay? Don't chase somebody's trades because you can get stuck in a stock or a crypto or whatever. Crypto's more volatile than these stocks. I'm going to tell you that. Crypto seems to be a little crazy this year, but especially Doge, the way it's went up. But anyway, I think that's all I've got for tonight. I apologize. I know I get real chatty. It's been over an hour and 30 minutes. I can't believe I made a video this long. But I'm glad if you stuck it with me this long and listened to what I had to say. Just be careful. Trade smart. Trade scared. Keep your lights on. Keep a roof over your head. Keep food on the table. Keep clothes on your kids. Don't let those kids get cold this winter, all right? Keep what's important important. If you're going to invest responsibly and do your research before you make your investments, because I don't want anybody losing money. I really don't. It's unfortunate about this guy. I hope that he didn't have any bad intent with what he was doing, but I'm kind of thinking the SEC would not have arrested him if they really thought that he, if they thought that he didn't really mean to be pumping and dumping or what. I think they've got some stone cold hard evidence against this guy. Before they arrested him, they had all their ducks in order before they went and picked him up. I really think they had everything in order. anything that was on his Twitter page, they probably have already, they already have a record of that, have it in a file somewhere, and they are going to bring this stuff out in court and talk to him about it. So, and talk to him before a judge about it. So, it's unfortunate. This is a good example of be careful who you watch, who you followed, and why you should not chase somebody's trades. Okay? So it's just doing regular trading. Now, if you're not chasing trading, if you're looking at companies like I'm in Rocky Mountain High, I'm $9,000 in the hole. I believed in the company, and it just, things didn't go the way I thought they would go, and when things go south, it can go really bad. So be careful. I stress, be careful while you're out there trading. I wish everybody a profitable week. I hope it's a good week for you. I appreciate that you come out and checked out my channel, and I hope you have a good night. Like I said, just do your research. Do your research, and I think you'll do fine. And expect, if you're investing long enough in, be it crypto or penny stocks, or even blue chip stocks, if you get into just big stocks, big money stocks, IBM, Amazon, anything like that, if you're into the Johnson & Johnson, I've been in Johnson & Johnson, any of these big company stocks, you can still lose money. The thing is the stocks go up and down. When it goes down, don't get emotional, dump your stock and take a loss. Pretty much, if you hold a lot of this stuff, especially if it's a big stock, big company stock, unless they're going bankrupt or going belly up, the stock will come up on the next news of their financials where they report, especially if it's a good report. The next good news report, or any good news off of them from any of the stock reporting agencies, PR Newswire or OTC Market, or my mind goes blank. Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, any of these places, anytime you see news, a pretty good chance that the stock's going to come back up. So it's going to be in the public's eye. People's going to say, hey, I think that's good news. I think I'm going to buy me some of that stock. Somebody's going to buy into it. So don't get emotional. Don't get on the wrong end of the trade. If you can help it, try to cut your losses. You want more wins than you have losses. That's the goal. As Tim Sachs says, this is a marathon. It's not a quick, quarter-mile race. This is a marathon. You're in it for the long term. So, all right. So I've rambled on enough. We've talked about losses. We talked about watching about who you're following. Think about it. Take what I talked about. This is for educational purposes. This is unfortunate about this individual, but it just shows you need to be careful. Don't chase trades. Do not chase trades. All right. You folks have a good night. Thanks for visiting my channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye. Hey, thanks for coming by. Glad you checked out the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, please click on the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. May God bless you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. Bella's got to be right up under me, don't you, Bella? Oh, my word. Cloudy day, looks like it may rain. Clouds out over the valley. East Tennessee Valley. And Bella, she's just happy to be around.